Hey guys, welcome back. This is the second episode in the Cities Skyline Let's Play. Now, I think last time where we left off was... Yeah, okay. This was going to be our residential zone, and industry and everything else would be pretty much put over here. Looks like we're still having some energy issues. Check our budget. Yeah. Looks like the budget wasn't enough. Oh, awesome! That unlocks quite a bit. We'll mess around with that in just a second. We are gonna go ahead and just throw down another windmill. Just be done with it. It might actually be worth it to invest in the coal power plant here. I normally don't like to. I like to stick with some green energy, but it might just be something that has to get done. We'll see though. Alright, city's growing. Turn the time up a little bit here. Let's just start flowing. Oh, cool, perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and pause the game right here. So it looks like, holy cow. Yeah, we have a very big abundance of natural resources on this map, especially right here with our forestry. This area did turn out to be the farmland. So we're going to mess around with districts in this episode. Probably for quite a bit of it, actually, here. So, very basics of the districts is... You just use this little district tab right here, and you just pretty much paint over the area that you want. Use your right mouse button to delete them here. So we are going to... This doesn't have to be rocket science, but... For now, we're going to paint this as a district, and our industry will be going here. Since we know this is farmland, we're going to go ahead and turn it into a farming industry. Now, when we do that, you can see that it increases the water consumption, and it slightly increases the tax income. But you have to have the fertile land to do it, which we do, so that's not going to be a major issue to deal with. Now, we did also unlock... I believe last episode we had the healthcare. We unlocked fire coverage, police coverage, and education. Now, we got 36,000 to mess around with here, so it might be worth it real quick just to build our roads out so we can kind of see how each one of those are going to overlay in our city here. How much coverage they're going to get, because mainly with the healthcare and education, those are only residential. You really only have to worry about the fire. I'm sorry, you have to worry about the fire and the police coverage in both residential, commercial, and the industrial. But we're going to continue just laying out a pretty gritty part of the city here. This is for the residential area, so it doesn't matter. The traffic usually will not be insanely crazy in these residential zones. They're pretty low density. It's just people moving in. So I don't have an issue keeping it gritty. Obviously, if we can get some nice curves in here, that'd be awesome. But it usually doesn't happen. Later in the game, once we have a little bit more space and we can space out, we'll make, this area will be the city part, and then we'll have kind of the suburbs on the outskirts there. And now we know that this area will all eventually be zoned residential. Once we get this zoned, we can eliminate all these power lines, since we have that grid network in this wonderful, wonderful game. We can see the coverage that our healthcare clinic is going to get by placing it on the roads. The green area on the roads is the rough coverage that it'll get, so place it right here on this corner will get us pretty good coverage of most of the map that we have zoned out so far, but we want it to get a little better here, so we're gonna run a main street down those, and now if we went there, you can see it got a little bit better. So we'll just go ahead and connect that up all the way. And now, if we try to place it, you can see the only uncovered area is that very bottom right corner. That's good enough for me. So now we got healthcare for most of our citizens, and we're actually out of money. We'll go ahead and unpause the game. Try and get some more people moved in. Since now we have healthcare, it'll be a little bit more attractive to our citizens who are looking at moving in here. Now we might, yeah, we can go ahead and delete these power lines now. We got enough buildings to where they will go on ahead and kind of do that chain electric pattern. Industry, we're losing money on it right now. That's what those little signs are. And that's mainly just because we rezoned it to the farming. So all the general industry buildings that we had set up here, they're all basically getting bulldozed and rebuilt. So these ones are going to lose power, which kind of sucks until we get something built up. But I'm not too worried about that at the moment. This is going to be a beautiful little suburb here. Now we have highways unlocked. We need 2,400 people before we can unlock highways, and preferably I'd like a little bit more money. Pretty soon here we're gonna have to start worrying about our industry needing to expand out with all these extra people that will eventually be adding on to the city here. And with all that, this highway juncture right here, coming from 3 lanes into 1, it's just not, it's not gonna cut it. The industry is going to need direct access to the highway, or this entire area is going to just turn into one big traffic jam. So you got to kind of plan ahead. And luckily that's what this this little traffic light logo up here is for. This is the what is it called? Traffic Manager, sorry. This is the Traffic Manager President Edition. Basically, it allows you to really mess around with the lanes. You can customize the lanes instead of what the game defaults them to, which is awesome to have. Now, one of the biggest things to attract people to your city is education. If your education is good, you're gonna be bringing in a lot more people. And let's see here. We can fit in this elementary school. Yeah, we'll go ahead and plop it right there. It gets pretty good coverage through the area that we have mapped out so far. These little houses here I'm not too worried about. They're going to end up getting destroyed here once we get our highways unlocked, or if we start to see traffic become an issue on this main street here. The next few episodes we'll probably end up having to do a little bit more with that, as it's not really an issue at the moment. You can see our crime. People are starting to complain about the crime. We need a police station to plop down, and a fire station still. Until then, we're gaining, our budget's good, we're still in the green, we're making 1,300 a tick. Our biggest expense at the moment is water and the sewage. There's not a whole lot. We can probably soak up a little bit more tax revenue from everyone here, just 1% more. Let's see what that does. Make a little bit extra money. Looks like an added about 100, 200. People are really starting to complain about the crime here, and we need 12,000 before we can do anything about that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead. Starting to get a little bit more demand for the residential side of things. Go ahead and zone out a little bit more. I'm waiting to zone all this out until our demand goes up a little bit more. I'm not too sure if it has a direct, I guess, impact on it. But as you can see, all of our general industry that we had last episode really just turned into this kind of nice looking farmland. And that, if we remember from earlier, this entire area, if it all becomes industry, will turn into this. Yeah, perfect. Just enough money to get a police station. Now the police station actually gets really good coverage. We're going to plop that right next to the elementary school. And bam, we got a new town upgrade. Awesome. Yeah, none of this stuff. I've never messed around with the canals. I've never felt like I needed to. The high school's a big one. But other than that, yeah, not a whole lot that we just unlocked there. It's kind of like a stepping stone. We're getting there. 1400. Boomtown will be a fantastic one. Then we unlock the highways, which will be perfect. And then we can really start to mess around with that. But what we can do is parks increase the land value of your land. They make your citizens really happy. Obviously, if your land's worth more, you want to move in and start a family up here. So, let's see, what's a good park to throw in here? Small park. It'll fit in one of our squares. It'll fit in one of our little pre-dozen squares here. Unfortunately, it looks like some people are going to get kicked out of their homes if I get to place it where I want. Yeah, we'll go ahead and plop that down. You can see all the people are getting happy. You'll see their buildings will start to turn more of a bluish color. Looks like people might need a few more parks to get real happy. Hopefully that'll increase the likelihood for people wanting to move in, get a little bit more residential. You can see the factories here. We need a few more workers. There's actually a demand right now for commercials, so we'll go ahead and zone up a few more areas for them. Make sure they got water coverage. Perfect. And we did unlock the high school. It's only 104 people right now available or eligible for the high school, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Police, yeah, we need a fire department more than anything. Perfect, we have the money to plop one down. And we're going to go ahead and plop one down right next to the police station and the elementary school. This is a busy area right here. It definitely is going to be something to keep an eye out. Alright. Making really, really good money right now, actually. Very, very happy with that. And we're just going to go ahead and also zone all this up. Get it queued up. See if we can get some more people moving in. More people we can get moved in, the quicker, the better. And I think we're just going to have to buck up and get the coal power plant slapped down. These windmills just aren't cutting it. Plus, these do create noise pollution, so these people aren't going to be too happy as they move in. And holy crap, this music got loud. I'm going to have to turn that down. Holy crap. It's still really loud. I don't know what happened. It was quiet. And it just got loud. Yeah, that's better. Alright. That's all good. We'll turn the time up a little bit here. See if we can get some more people to move in. Perfect, perfect. I guess it would help if I gave them water, right? Cool beans. Making really good money, 3,000 per tick. That's awesome. I don't think yeah, they've got a lot of jobs. We're gonna definitely need some more people to move in. Unfortunately, this is probably gonna be the end of the episode, as there's not a whole lot that I can do right now, except for just kind of let the time play out and see if we can get some more people to move in. Yeah, you can see the demand slowly going up for more commercial. So we'll, just before this episode ends, go ahead and zone all that commercial. Yeah, next episode we'll start off. We're definitely gonna have to buy that coal power plant. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned for episode 3 here, where we figure out power. Power is definitely gonna be the first thing we figure out. But I'll see you guys in the next episode.